Good afternoon, kia ora koutou, and welcome to the Hawke's Bay Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. My name is Angela Caves. I'm the Digital Events Manager for Digital Boost. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. It's wonderful to have you all here. With me this afternoon, I've got Tessa Williams, Employment Liaison Advisor for Connected.govt.nz. They are our collaborating partner through this conference. Today is day 3, our final day of the conference. We've had 8 fantastic presentations over the last 2 days. If you have missed any of those, we will be sending a link out post the conference for you to watch the recordings at your own leisure. This session is also being recorded and live streamed today to Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. So welcome to our audience that have joined us on the webinar and our audience that are watching us via our live stream. I'm going to hand over to the lovely Tessa, who is going to share some quick webinar housekeeping with you, and then we will introduce our presenter for the afternoon. Thanks, Tess.
Thank you, kia ora koutou, and welcome to the session with MSD. Before we get started, feel free to put any questions you have in the Q&A or in the chat, or any thoughts or technical issues if you have them. And at the end, we'll collate the questions and put them towards Josh. I'm really excited for this session. As I mentioned earlier in the conference, Connected is housed within MSD, and we get to see and share the awesome mahi that they're doing for both job seekers and the business community. So I'm really excited to pass on to Josh Johnston from MSD. So I'll hand it to you, Josh. Welcome.
Thanks, Tessa. So today, guys, I'm just going to give you a basic overview on what we do as work brokers, as well as what services and support we can offer businesses. Let me just share my screen. Cool. So that should be up now. Fantastic. Cool. So within the ministry, employment is a space that we do take quite seriously for obvious reasons, because if we can find our clients employment, it's better for them, and then it's better for New Zealand. But just sometimes making those connections and getting past the barriers is what we struggle for, and we're also getting them the opportunity, because a few of our clients struggle in the interview stages. Oh, so just go back. Okay, so we do offer a comprehensive recruitment service. So we do no fee recruitment services. So we advertise job vacancies across 12,000 local job seekers digitally and in person. So we can screen candidates face to face for you, do the referee checks, background checks as required, and refer then any suitable candidates based on prerequisites set by you guys, the employers. So a basic overview of how it works is you either make contact through our employment line, or you have a relationship, either a new one or an existing one, with a work broker. It's during that time that you guys tell us what you're looking for, any special prerequisites that you have for the role, whether it be requirement to have a full license or no criminal convictions. We can then screen our clients based on that for you. So as well as the support that you have within your local sites, we have obviously the work brokers like myself. We also have a campaign team, and we have employment focused case managers that's how we connect with the clients. But we've also got a service called Job Connect. So they are based out of Wellington, and they will do a lot of phone screening, bulk texts, bulk emails, and all of that stuff for you. Okay, the other stuff that we do, so we obviously have got the ability to offer wage subsidies for some of our clients that have got some barriers into employment. What that looks like, so there's been $300 million investment into our primary wage subsidy, which is the Flexi Wage. So Flexi Wage can also, or wage subsidy, can be offered to those people that are not even receiving a benefit, but if they've got the potential to become benefit dependent, or there's one that I come across quite often is people that have been on ACC re-entering the workforce and they have to be redeployed into a new industry, we quite often will assist with that transition as well. So we also have, in terms of what we can offer, so as well as the wage subsidy, we can do upfront payments, and that can be for, employment-related training, whether that be a short-term training course, something like the Construct Safe or a first aid certificate, even right up to those kind of things like a Class 2 license or wheels, tracks and rollers. We can cover the startup costs of that. So the wage subsidies, that's what I've just spoken about. And so in-work support. So we have had a lot of success with offering our clients and employers pastoral support. So we've got a number of external providers that'll do that service for us. And the pastoral support is the way that I can see that working as more like a fence at the top of a cliff rather than the ambulance at the bottom, where a lot of times we only hear about what's happening with our clients that have been placed into work when they're coming back onto the benefit, or the damage has been done. With the pastoral care providers, they work closely with you, the employer, and with the client. A lot of times it's hard for us to imagine what some of our clients' day-to-day life looks like, and how it's so hard for them to go to work sometimes, but quite often they'll be in a transitional phase of their life, whether it be trouble with housing, home life, or anything like that. So that pastoral care provider can help them through that, and also help communicate to the employer, to you guys, that's what's happening for that client at home. Okay. So what's the pay? So for short-term training, you're looking up to $1,000. And as that's things to cover off things like Construct Safe, wheels, tracks and rollers is a common one. Working at heights, anything that you can imagine that client needs to start the job, we can cover. We also can do up to $5,000 for NZQA training for level 3 or below. Okay, so whether that be that you're looking at getting them level 3 in cooking, that's something that we can cover off. Now, in terms of how the wage subsidy works, so there's two different bands, if you will. So band 1 is 24 weeks at $276 per week, okay? And the other one is 36 weeks at $276, and totaling up to $9,936. Now, those figures are purely down to the client. It's client-centric. Some of our clients need more support, and the wage subsidy is just there to give that client a chance, and get some understanding and help transition them back into work. Cool. Okay, one thing that we do offer our clients, I won't talk about this one for too long, so is this Flexi Wage self-employment. So our clients have got the ability to become self-employed when they're on the benefit, and we go through and we give them, like, for their first 26 weeks of training, $600 per week to help them when they're getting their business up and running, collecting their invoices, and also up to $10,000 as an upfront payment is what they get for that one. If you do have anyone that's interested in that, just get them to present at their local site and they can help them through that one. Okay, apprenticeship boost. So if you are taking on apprentices level 4 and below, you can apply for the apprenticeship boost. So this isn't just for working income clients. This is for anybody. You can apply for this one. So they obviously do need to be training towards a qualification. It's a 2-year payment, and so $1,000 a month for the first year and $500 for the second year. Again, all of this information can just be found through our website, and if you've got any questions, just give us a call, or at the end of this, we can go over anything that you want to. Okay. So just to recap, so how workbrokers can help you, the employers, is the no fee recruitment, wage subsidy, and apprenticeship support. So we also have other products available as well, but we won't talk about those because the shelf life of those is too hard for us to guess. But if it was within the next month, feel free to give us a call. Okay. And that is it. So any questions?
Thank you, Josh. That was awesome. And we do have a good few questions for you. So starting off, do you have support at MSD for specific industries, and what does that look like?
Can you say that one again? Sorry, Tess.
At MSD, do you support as work brokers specific industries, and what does that look like?
Yes and no. All work brokers have got the ability to work with any industry, but if you did want a work broker that has had experience in that industry, you can just ask. Across. I mean, we've got 8 work brokers within Napier Hastings alone. So across that, we do have designated industries based on our backgrounds that we do take care of more often. But any work broker works with any industry. But if you wanted somebody with some background in that industry, then just have a yarn with us and we can find somebody for you.
Awesome, thank you. And again on that, and we'll touch on it later, but if anyone is ever wanting to connect with a work broker working in a certain industry or location or space, then you can connect with Josh, or you can connect with Nikita and myself as connectors to get you in touch. I'll stop talking though. Next question. How do we get in touch with work brokers or the recruitment service at MSD?
Cool. So it can be done through our website, and the employment line for that, I'll see if I can share it with you. Good question. Yeah, so you just head along to the Work and Income website, and there is a direct line there to our job, it's an employment line, and if you do have a vacancy, you do want to chat with a work broker, you can head along there. Oh, here we go. Tessa's put it in the links for us. Thanks, Tessa. So in the chat, yeah, if you just head along to our website, you can go from there.
Awesome, thank you.
Or just present the site, and I'm sure my details will be somewhere shared with this, Tess.
Yeah,
and I'll be able
absolutely.
to put you in the.
And as I said, feel free to connect with Connected, and we can put you in touch too. Next part, how long does it take in terms of the process once a vacancy is placed with MSD or a work broker to finding suitable people and potentially attaching wage subsidy or apprenticeship boost?
Cool. So I'll break that one down into 2 parts. So the first part it can literally go anywhere from a minute to finding the right client to, we'll generally not hold on to it for longer than 30 days, because if we haven't been able to find somebody within that 30 days, we probably won't have any luck finding it. But we'll come across vacancies that'll come across our desk, whether it be one of mine or a fellow work brokers. And so not only do we work with employers, we also work closely with our clients. So we've got a database that we know who's currently receiving job seeker, and if the vacancy comes in and I know that client would be the perfect person, then they'll just be referred straight on. So sometimes it can be anywhere from a minute to 30 days. In terms of the process to when the subsidy can be activated, so what happens is once you hire the person and they start their first day, and we have supported them getting their transition to work grants and all of that good stuff, then we'll do the contract for the wage subsidy. Once that's done, we kind of lose control over how long that process can go. So it goes to be approved by the work services manager, and then it's sent through to the wage subsidy teams. And so from there, then they'll send out a contract to the employer. The employer fills in their details and sends it back, but they can have that can all be done within a day. A day turnaround would be the best case scenario. The longest one I've had is 7 days when there hasn't been any issues.
Awesome. And again,
issues being at the company. So another thing that we always check too is the solvency of the company, to make sure that we're not supporting a business that's going under. pretty much. Sad as that sounds.
No, awesome. Thank you so much. And I can attest to both our work brokers and our case managers and the entire team at MSD really getting stuck in to get stuff over the line so that someone can start their work ASAP, so that an employer can have someone in that seat and also someone can be working. Again, I think I talk more when I ask questions than when I answer them. Next question is, sorry, a couple of these have been answered. What kind of jobs does MSD manage?
All kinds. We don't, so look, we, as work brokers and as a work services team, we have to look at the best way that we are managing our time. So we will look for jobs that are suited to our clients. So our clients have a certain school range, and that's what we work with. But I mean, I've had a air ambulance pilot place them into work. So that's the extremes that way. But generally, we are looking at entry-level positions. But if you do have something, again, it's just a question for a work broker. No, they'll be pretty honest with you. If we're not going to waste your time, we're not going to waste our time looking for something that we know we don't have. But we'll always have a look first.
Awesome. Thank you so much. How do I word this one? You obviously, you have your recruitments from your jobs and vacancies from employers and fill those. Do you do it in the reverse, where you might have a great client that's all about tech or something and go out and find them work?
Yep. So we do work with, the process is what we call profiling our clients. So when we do have clients with speciality skills or want to work in a speciality area that we don't normally have vacancies for, then we'll go out and approach those employers and sell the client to them.
Awesome, thank you. Oh, this is going to test your technical abilities here. We've got a request. Can you please go back to the Flexi Wage?
I'm just opening it up now, Tess.
Oh, perfect. Super start, and I'll get on to our next question. Awesome.
I can email it through too if you want, Charlotte. If you want to just put your email in there, I can. I know you probably don't want to put it in there because it's been recorded.
We'll get Charlotte's email to you or somehow get that out anyway.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I'll just jot that down.
I think this is the one that she's wanting.
Oh, you mentioned transition to work grants.
I did mention transition to work. Yeah.
What does that involve?
So what does that look like? So what that looks like is we want to give our clients the best chance of success when they start. So we can arrange to cover petrol costs, food, any clothing, appropriate footwear. Unfortunately, we don't do PPE gear because that's a requirement of the employer, but we do footwear. So if they do need safety boots or anything like that, we can look at it. And we also have a product called bridging finance. If your pay cycle, for example, is fortnightly and there's going to be a week in there where the client's going to be left short, then we can offer them bridging finance through transition to work grant to make sure they can get it through. And that's I've also seen it done with people that go on to monthly salary. We can look after them until they get their first pay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Last question, unless any sneak in the next couple of minutes. In terms of the Flexi Wage self-employment you talked about, you obviously talked about the monetary support. Is there non-monetary support as well in terms of getting those business skills if you've got that idea?
During the application process, yep. So we do have a provider called Te Matau-a-Māui that will assist them with doing their business plan. They will also help them all the way through the application. And then I do believe, I'd have to confirm this, is that they do offer them some pastoral care afterwards as well. And they also get, I believe they get milestone calls from the self-employment work broker.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And just for Charlotte who asked for that slide, it is back up there as well.
Is that the one that she was after?
Well, is that the first one on Flexi Wage?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, that'll be it. So feel free to snap a screenshot of that. And obviously for the most up-to-date information, get in touch with Josh or any of the work brokers. So you can connect with them through us by popping into any MSD office or through the website as well. But that was awesome.
So we've also got the ability to come to you as well. So within this role, so we are mobile. So if you wanted us to come and have a look at what the role is going to be, and quite often that helps to give our clients a better understanding of what the role is going to be. Other services that I didn't talk about that I probably should have is we've got the ability to hold interviews on site for you as well. So if you wanted to interview 5 people at a time, then you give us those criteria for the 5. We get them in, we keep them in our conference room, and we've got a little separate room for you guys to do the interview process as well with that. Cool.
Brilliant. Thank you. And I can attest to that, because especially during summer, it's been like a blooming state highway with so many interviews happening and seminars, getting people into mahi, both seasonal and our non-seasonal work, sustainable work. And it's all down to the hard work of these work brokers and the case managers and the team. So kudos to you for your work, Josh, and thank you so much for that presentation. And that's all the questions we have. Thank you.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh, for sharing. I think it's really crucial that we share that there's this free recruitment service out there with a great talent pool out there in the Hawke's Bay. To our audience who have joined us here in Zoom and via live streaming, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for attending our session. We do have 3 more sessions coming up this afternoon. We've got IR next, then at 3 o'clock business.govt, and at 4 o'clock employment.govt. So if you do want to join us for any of those sessions, jump over to the Connected website, have a look for the Hawke's Bay region, and you'll find under their events where you can register for those sessions this afternoon. All sessions, like I said earlier, are being uploaded to Digital Boost's YouTube channel, and there'll be a playlist there with all of the sessions over the last 3 days. That does bring our session to a close. So once again, thank you all for your participation, and we will see you again hopefully this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Josh. That was awesome.
It's okay. Thanks a lot. Bye.